Hey, Vinny Lopes here from Off the Block, and Selection Sunday did not disappoint in the excitement and intrigue as Lewis and Stanford got the at-large bids to round out the NCAA tournament field. A lot of people are surprised that Lewis was able to get the at-large bid over Pepperdine. It's the first time since 1994 that a Midwest school has gotten a at-large bid of the NCAA tournament, but you look at the criteria, you look at the 9 pieces that the selection committee uses to determine who gets the at-large bid, and Lewis beat Pepperdine in all of those categories, including the important one of record against teams under consideration. The one thing Pepperdine had going for it was its strength of schedule, but that clearly just wasn't enough to get them past Lewis. And, you know, I'll say this about the Lewis Flyer team. They are a good team. They have the ability to spread that court to 30 feet. Jeff Powell, an All-American player. Greg Petty, another solid player. B.J. Bulldog, an All-American setter. You know, this is a team that throughout the season played like a team that should be in the national or in the NCAA tournament. And you know, the bigger, broader picture though that I think that this decision has of the NCAA tournament committee selecting Lewis over Pepperdine is it's going to, I think, really change the way now West Coast teams schedule their non-conference. You look at these two teams in Lewis and Pepperdine in their non-conference. Lewis scheduled as tough as they possibly could, having 2 home matches against the MPSF and then being willing to go on the road and play the MPSF, playing Stanford, playing Pacific. And then in addition to that, they played other quality non-conference opponents in Penn State. And then you look at what Pepperdine did. Pepperdine opted to not play any non-conference matches, played some exhibition matches against Canadian teams. And I think that because of this decision, what you're now going to have is you're going to have schools that traditionally have not scheduled all the non-conference matches that they possibly could now change that and start to schedule more non-conference opponents. And I think the more non-conference matches you get, the better it's going to be for men's volleyball. But that's a little bit more of a discussion down the road, the broader talk. But the big news coming out today is the NCAA tournament field is complete, and beyond the at-large race, some very intriguing matchups, especially in the play-in, those playing matches as Lewis is going to take on Penn State. That's going to be really intriguing. I'm really intrigued to see what the Flyers are able to do, especially after losing to the Nittany Lions in the regular season. And then the winner of that is going to play the #1 seed. Loyola rightfully deserved. The Ramblers got the top seed. And then moving down the other half of the region, you have Stanford playing Erskine. In the other playing match, Stanford got the #3 seed, and the winner of that is going to play BYU. So potential for a rematch of the match we saw last night in the MPSF tournament between Stanford and BYU. So, you know, once again, a pretty surprising day with how the Selection Sunday played out. I know a lot of people were picking Pepperdine to get it over Lewis, but at the end of the day, we have a national tournament to decide, 6 teams, and it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very fun time this week in Chicago to see which of these 6 teams will be crowned national champions.